to my channel. I'm about to make a homemade Chipotle rice bowl for my son. He's probably going to put his in a burrito, but I will be doing mine as a rice bowl. The first thing we're going to start out with is the seasonings we need to marinate the chicken in. I'm using 6 pieces of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which tastes way better for the recipe. This what I'm using. So I'm gonna start. I got this right here because I'm going to sift my ingredients through it so I can make sure it's like no big pieces, so it won't end up in my marinade. So the first thing I'm gonna start off with is the Chipotle powder. I'm gonna unscrew it off so I can measure it out properly, but I'm using Chipotle chili powder. And you need 1 tablespoon of this. And then you need 1 tablespoon of the smoked paprika. Then we need 1 tablespoon of ground cumin. And then we need a 1/2 tablespoon of kosher salt. I probably shouldn't put that in the zipper because it's coarse, so it's not gonna just go through it, but we get it out. And then I need a 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder. But I think I'm gonna put a whole tablespoon because I really love me some garlic powder, so I'm gonna put a whole teaspoon. But the recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon if you want to follow the recipe to a T. This is my second time making this recipe, by the way, also, so you know. And then we need a tablespoon of oregano. Okay, so it also calls for a teaspoon of coriander, but I'm not using that in my recipe. I liked it without it. You see those little bits in the salt? Those are what I was preventing from going into my seasoning. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead salt. So the next thing I'm going to do is add some grapeseed oil. So as I add that, I'm going to kind of, hope you can see what I'm doing, whisk this together. And when it's a nice consistency, kind of like this, maybe just a little more. On just in case you want to see it, maybe you didn't understand what I said, it's grapeseed oil. I think that's enough for the meat. So now basically what I'm going to do is I have my chicken already in the Ziploc bag. I'm going to pour it in there with the chicken. Make sure it all get in there. Every last drop. Yes, chicken that can go there. I mean, well, food period. So, make sure ain't no air in there. Go ahead and shut it. And just make sure everything in there get coated with the goodness of what you just poured in that bag. Yes, sir. And yes, ma'am. Make sure it's all getting in there and that the chicken is open and receiving. Because a lot of times the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, they kind of fold into themselves. So make sure they flat in there and every nook and cranny is getting seasoned. You heard? Yeah. Let's slide some of that over there. Like that there. Okay. Ooh, getting in my... Okay, so we're gonna sit this in the fridge and let it marinate for 8 to 24 hours. So while that's marinating, I'm gonna go ahead and do my corn salsa, tomato salsa, and guacamole. All I have to do is chop up my cilantro because I already took my corn and put it in here with, I used lemon juice for my corn salsa. Of course, I have lemon juice in my avocado, which is about to be guap, and I have a little lemon juice in my tomatoes for my tomato salsa. We'll make sure y'all see all 3 of these. So I already cut, smashed my avocado, I already cut and diced my tomatoes, and I already have the corn drained and ready. So I already have a red onion I diced up, which I'm going to add a little of to each one. Take a spoon and stir that up. Make sure I like the amount that's in there for each one, because I don't want too much in there. I don't want it to overpower the taste of the salsa. little more of those. That's better. So the only thing I'm missing in these is the cilantro, which I'm about to dice up, and a little salt for each one. So that's what I'm about to do. Now, to finish this off. You want to chop it as small as possible. So we need a little on the corn. We need a little on the tomato sausage. And then we need a little in the avocado. I think that's pretty much enough. So salt. Coming out the bowl. That is the tomato salsa. So we're just gonna put a top on that. Put that in the fridge. Okay, we need the salt. Perfect. That is the guac, which I'm gonna cover and put in the fridge also. And then the corn corn salsa. So I'm going to put these in the fridge, clean up my mess. Okay, so we about to make the vinaigrette for the Chipotle bowls. So the first thing we're going to do is add the 1/4 cup of water. Then we're going to add the 1 cup of vinegar, red wine vinaigrette. And then we're going to pour 1/3 cup of honey in there. Help that come on out. You know how honey is. I'm just giving the honey a little stir in there. And it gets more of the spoon. Now, the dry seasonings. I need, it says 2 tablespoons, but I'm only gonna do 1 because I really don't want mine spicy, but I want the flavor of it. But if you don't mind spicy, then it's 2 tablespoons of your Chipotle chili pepper. Then you need 1 teaspoon of the ground cumin. You also need 1 teaspoon of pepper. Pepper I use. You also need a teaspoon of garlic powder, whatever garlic powder you have will do, as long as it's garlic powder, but garlic powder. And then a tablespoon of the salt. Once you have all that in there, then you need 1 full cup of oil. It suggests that you can, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. My bad. So I need half a teaspoon of oregano. So, as I was saying, it tells you you can use olive oil or rice bran oil, but I will be using avocado oil. for mine. But if you don't want to use avocado oil, it suggests rice bran oil or olive oil. But I would suggest, if you don't want to use avocado oil, grapeseed oil would be good also. I'm gonna start whisking this together and slowly add my oil as I whisk all this together. I'm doing the pinto beans from a can for the beans for the Chipotle bowl. I am, however, going to add a little garlic and herb seasoning to this, and a little of the Chipotle chili powder, pepper. And a little salt. Give it a little stir. I'm gonna put this on the fire to warm on up, cook on up. Just a little more. Since I'm doing 2 cups of rice, I only need 3 cups of water. So it's like a cup and a half for each cup of rice. And it only take about 10 minutes to cook. And this is Uncle Ben's rice. Just so you know, because it does kind of have a brown tint to it, but it is not brown rice. Now I'm going to put this on the fire on some medium high heat, so it'll come up to a boil. And once it come up to a boil, I will turn it to a low heat. Now, next, we're going to start heating this up for our chicken breast. I'm going to do 2 at a time. Since I do not have any fresh limes, I will be using lime juice. You don't need a whole lot because you know rice soaks up liquid, so you just don't need that much. You're gonna put salt at this point you can. Salt your rice. And then your cilantro. Nice fresh chopped up cilantro and stir. You should smell the cilantro. The smells being released from the steamy rice. Yes. So these were the last 2 pieces. And now I'm going to, they are hot, so if your touch is tender too hot, then do not do what I am doing, but I've been cooking so long, I can handle this. But I do not suggest, if you haven't been cooking long, you do that and burn yourself. So that is our Chipotle chicken meat.